Good evening, everyone. So thrilled to have you on our Zoom tonight. We are very excited. We have a special presentation tonight with our top leaders of our team LifeTree, Mark and Krista Harris. And I'm going to give you just a little bit of their background. Mark and Krista have been married for 27 years, and they have 3 adult children. Ariana, who is studying in Japan, Hudson, who is studying worship and music in Tennessee, and Hunter, who heads to Switzerland in January to complete a discipleship training school with Youth with a Mission. So Mark and Krista served full-time with Youth with a Mission for 10 years. They have served and are visited over 40 countries between the two of them. Krista and Mark were introduced to LifeVantage and the products in 2010 and quickly began to experience huge changes in their health. When their children started on products as well, Krista began to realize how desperately families needed the hope LifeVantage products offered. Krista's vocational call is to help families raise children who love and follow God into their teens and adulthood. If her time is not spent helping mothers with struggling toddlers or teens, helping others with sharing the LifeVantage products and business, she may be found serving as stage manager for the Packer Playhouse with the Annie Moses Foundation in Columbia, Tennessee, where she and Mark both serve as board members. So as you can see, they are a very busy couple. They're busy just changing lives, and we're so honored that they have taken a little time to be with us tonight. So Mark and Krista, I'm just going to turn the time over to you. So welcome, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, Julie. Kick us off.
Hey, everybody. We're Mark and Krista. We know a lot of you. And we are worn out today. We have been moving a storage unit, and man, we barely made it here tonight. But we ate food really quickly, wrapped up, and here we are to tell you guys some great information. And I see a lot of familiar faces, but I also see a few names on here that look like they're guests and new. We've got a guest on tonight, so we're super excited that Steve joined us. He works with us in Nashville, Tennessee, and has been having some great success with some other choices on his health recently, and so we invited him on tonight to hear what's going on in LifeVantage. So I just want to take a couple of minutes to tell you a little bit about our background. Julie gave you a little bit of an overview, and then Mark's going to work to give you a little bit more of a presentation on the products and the opportunity that we want you guys to see tonight. But I'm going to give you a 2-minute story on who we are.
Go.
Ready? Set a timer.
Go.
Think I can do it?
No, I don't.
Let me tell you, we don't always do this together, so we'll see. It's usually one or the other.
How good she is.
Let's see if we can do it. Okay, so we did serve with Youth with a Mission for a large season of our married life. We've been married for 27 years, y'all. It's been one of the best decisions we ever made. Very, very grateful that God put us together. But we served overseas as foreign missionaries where we were support-based, which means your friends and family send you money and churches send you money to live. And we were, I was health conscious. Mark was not. Mark did not come from a family that came from a super healthy background, but I did. And my mother had worked with learning and behavior problems.
Wait,
with children.
Mom's not on the call, is she? I just want to make sure.
No, it's not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So I had a real interest in trying to raise our children in a healthy way and really helping Mark to become more healthy. And he was suffering from, I don't want to use claims, so I'm going to tell you that he was suffering from severe headaches and had been the entire time we had been married, and even before starting at about 15 in his age. And so in his life. And so he had suffered with these severe headaches for so long, and it had affected us. It had affected so much in our marriage. It had affected so much in him being able to be engaged with the children. And when we came back from serving overseas full time, we came to America for a season of time to try and sort of stabilize our finances and see what we could do with some health issues with one of our children. So long story short, we were introduced to this company while we were in America from my mom, who had this history in helping children with neurological and behavior, one product. And this particular product had been proven by peer-reviewed science to decrease oxidative stress and by 40% in 30 days in every person that had been tested. It was safe for children. And so we decided, okay, this is interesting. Mark needs to take it. That was what we needed. We thought at the time, I think it was about $40 a bottle. And this was in 2010.
It's 50 with tax.
And we thought, okay, well, we've got to figure out how to pay for one bottle of this particular product, this Nerve 2 activator, so Mark can get his hands on it. So we did. We decided we were going to get a bunch of bottles. We bought what you call a distributor pack at the time. We only bought that because it was the best deal that you could get a bunch of bottles, like a year supply. I didn't really think too much about headache issues any longer. He started taking the product. In 6 weeks, we saw a huge change. No headaches as long as he took one of these pills a day. We took a 2-week span of time off because we left a bottle of this in Florida with his dad because his dad had been diagnosed with a bunch of neurological issues. And so in the time that we were trying to drive from Florida back to Missouri, where we live now, he got a headache. And we realized we had our hands on something. And so we delved in to understand the science. We delved in to understand the business because it was connected to a home-based business. And we thought we need to understand what this is because we are walking directly into this opportunity with a testimony. Some of you guys have already had a testimony, and if you've never literally taken this pill and you don't have a testimony yet, if at the end of this call you're interested in getting your hands on it, we're going to give you an opportunity to do that. But I want Mark to give you a little bit of a PowerPoint. He's going to fly through tonight because we don't want you guys to get zoomed out. So he's going to take you to a PowerPoint, and that way you're going to get a little bit more of a sort of a broad picture of what these products offer you, because it started with one product and now we have quite a few. They all activate your cells to do what they're supposed to do as God intended them from creation. So Mark, baby.
So this is a disclaimer on my part. There is no way that we can get through everything to adequately explain what we've got our hands on in the next 30 minutes. There's just no way. It's taken us, gracious, how long have we been doing this?
We've been doing
14
years.
And I still learn things about this new technology every day and become more passionate about it every day. The good thing is it's not anecdotal evidence. It is scientifically backed, peer-reviewed science that we're dealing with. And I just want to make that distinction out of the gate. We had lots of pitches. Everybody with a network marketing company thought Krista and I were going to be their power couple. It just wasn't our thing, right? We were called to ministry. And so when we saw this, it took a while for me to get my head around that this was going to be an increase in our ability to change people's lives physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually as part of that. So if that sounds good and you waive your rights to hear all the information in 30 minutes, then we'll continue. I do have a PowerPoint lined up. It needs to be updated because we've got a blockbuster new launch that's just happened. Perhaps the reason you've come tonight is you've heard about our new GLP-1 activator. I want to jump into that right away, but I want to open up my PowerPoint to keep me on track so we're not here 2 hours from now. Because
we won't be.
No, we won't. We won't be. So let me do that. Let me share my screen. PowerPoint. And we'll launch this sucker. Julie, let me know. Can you give me a thumbs up that you can see those slides? Great. That's us. This is our little tribe. There's Ariana there in the foreground. She is actually in New Zealand tonight.
She was in Japan, though.
She was in Japan, then in Thailand, then in Fiji. So she's our little eldest missionary gal. She's finishing a degree program with the University of the Nations, which is the academic arm of YWAM. You've heard a little bit about that biography. That's us in Scotland. Not on. We've done ministry in over 40 nations between the two of us. That's some of the screenshots that we've taken over the years. Here's my preface question. If you knew a proven way to create a lifestyle for the people you love the most, in which you could fully participate, meaning you were no longer connected to your efforts for your income, you could create generational wealth that would help these people. These are my most precious people in the world. That was my kids when they were younger. This was Easter Sunday morning on a kitchen sales event, Easter Sunday. Krista took the kid to church, dressed them up, brought them down, take a picture of their old man on Easter. If you're a person of faith, you know that was a heartbreaking moment for us, because Easter around these parts where we come from is kind of like the Super Bowl. So this was one of those key moments that I realized something, for things to change, something had to change. This is the chronicle of our adventure since then. I won't take the time to tell you all the fun stuff that's happened. Krista and I just finished a master's in spiritual formation and discipleship program with the University of the Nations that happened in many different nations around the world. We're fiercely proud of the ministry work that we continue. This is our shiny Jeeps that our company gives us. We have one sitting right outside this RV right now.
Not so shiny.
No, not very shiny right now. No, that's right. This is what everybody's excited about. As Krista mentioned, we were introduced to a new technology that the world has never seen. We didn't know that. I was not a science guy. I'm not a practitioner. I'm not a clinician. But they introduced a product that launched a field of science now called nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is predicated upon the ability to ingest a formula which accents or activates your body's natural ability to do things. It's different from supplementation. Supplementation, and we've had supplements and vitamins and minerals around for decades. The idea of supplementation, our food has either been modified to the point that we're no longer receiving the necessary ingredients to thrive physiologically, or we're just not ingesting enough of them, right? So either the food is not as high quality as it perhaps once was. That's a different science. We're working with now activators. So our formula is generating GLP-1, naturally occurring hormone in the human body. We're not supplementing it. We're not trying to get GLP-1 hormone in from the outside. We are encouraging your body through our formulations to make its own. And the significant difference in that is there's a 140% increase in GLP-1 endogenously. If you know that word, that means on the inside, not exogenously from the outside. 9 pounds lost on average in 8 weeks, and up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks, give or take. In the beta test, we just finished 55 of our very good friends just that were included in a beta test called Club 55, and their results were remarkable. We've got before and afters coming out of the woodwork now of all those folks. 100%.
Actually, I need to correct him.
Okay.
The 9 pounds lost on average in 8 weeks and up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks was on people who were not activated. The results were on people who were not activated.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. And
That's
so
right.
they had not started on any of the activation products that we have before. We are getting better results than that with the people who are activated on the Nurse 2 as well.
Yeah, because I'm down 4 pounds this week. So in 8 weeks, I'll be half the man I once was, because I am activated. The other thing that we were talking to some very knowledgeable nutritional people, metabolic experts, the significant thing about our product as well that they were looking for was that with most GLP-1 synthetic products, there's a significant amount of muscle loss with that protocol. Ours has 0. 100% who lost weight did not lose any muscle. And that is, for those of you that are worried about the roller coaster, the up and down nature of weight loss, that does not apply here. And it's absolutely natural and perfectly safe. 27% decrease in visceral fat, which I'm looking forward to, and a 5% decrease in total body fat. So it's a 2-part system, our MB Core and MB Enhance. Do you have anything else to add on that? Because I want to get to the rest of the presentation, but I know there's some folks that are really, really focused on this one product because it's just launched.
I don't have anything to add other than the enhanced tastes really good and you can mix it with a lot of stuff. It's great.
Okay, these are some before and afters. We've had technology that in the past has been a little bit difficult to understand. Most people are familiar with free radicals. And so because we're not allowed to make any diagnostic or therapeutic or preventive claims, we sort of had to point people to the science that showed what a decrease in oxidative stress would do. Now, when people see those before and afters, and I'll back that up one slide, when people see that, you have their attention. And if you tell them, this is an all-natural form of GLP-1. 1 in 8 Americans are taking or have taken some form of synthetic GLP-1. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry that at some point or another, every single person on those products, they plateau because they're synthetic, right? You're activating, or you're putting things in your body that your body's supposed to be producing on its own. When you introduce them from the outside, your body stops completely, right? And so you get to a point that not only are you plateauing, your body has shut down the manufacture of those. So we're going to see a ton of people, I use that superfluously, a ton of people that are now looking for answers after GLP-1 prescription. So again, we're not a drug. We're not replacing a drug. We're giving people solutions. If they want the benefits of naturally occurring GLP-1 hormone in their body, we have the answer now.
And people sleeping better and a lot more focus and energy.
Yeah. So I will tell you that we're on back order. Our launch 4 weeks ago was so successful. We were assured by corporate, there's no way we were going to sell out. We got enough, but there's no way. Well, guess what? There was a way. We sold out. We're expecting another shipment in about 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, somewhere in that range. But if you order tonight, if you've not yet started your mind-body protocol, your system, go ahead and order it so you can get your spot in line when we do get it. This is the LifeVantage story. This is our CEO, my buddy Steve Fife. He is at the reins and has been for 4, 5, 6 years now. And we received favorable mention in a Newsweek article not long ago talking about the activation of the human body as an alternate to the supplementation.
Following is an ABC primetime investigative report.
Or an alternate to conventional medicine. A lot of people since the pandemic are looking for other solutions than synthetics, right? That was my point.
2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding.
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm it.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. Taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, It's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%. That's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of the strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression processes. But I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
When that news report aired on primetime in 2005, many major medical universities began studying Protandim Nrf2. They went on to publish their peer-reviewed research, and the understanding that this product activated our genes, optimizing our own genetic potential, was revealed.
So, in summary, that video, I watched that, 14 years ago, and my mouth fell open. I remember exactly where and when it happened. After 30 days, scientists could no longer distinguish the blood of an 80-year-old from a 20-year-old. You talk to any scientist, and that's highly unusual. You can generally age someone by looking at their blood, looking at the markers of oxidative stress, and that age-related progression of oxidative stress has completely been eliminated through this technology we call Protandim. That was where the story started. I was impressed by the amount of science that was being conducted on these products. You can go to the National Library of Medicine. This is a global repository for all medical research called pubmed.gov. And right now there's over 250,000 studies correlating this condition of oxidative stress and bad things. So obviously, if you can mitigate or you can bring down the problem of oxidative stress, you can do something with your health and wellness. And so one of the things that has been obvious or growing in obviousness since the pandemic is the number of interest of universities and pharmaceutical companies exploring this technology to leverage as a approach to diminishing those bad things in their bodies. Drug companies can make those claims. Because we're a food, not a drug, we are super careful not to do that. If you look up, Protandim on PubMed.gov, you'll see that there are 28 peer-reviewed studies listed there, enough to mesmerize any doctor that cares to look at them. One of the studies by Louisiana State University showed that Protandim, our formula, NRF2, reduced the incidence of multiplicity of skin tumors. That was not a study conducted by LifeVantage. That was done by Louisiana State University. The American Heart Association has done 2 studies proving our widget works on their own dime. I don't know if you know much about the American Heart Association, but they're not really in the business of jeopardizing their integrity to endorse snake oil. So that was a great comfort to me that I didn't have to stand up in front of a room and convince people that my placebo effect was working, that I could point to the science. And I knew it was legitimate. I could sit down across the table from Heads Up Surgery, true story, at KU Med and present those peer-reviewed studies with full confidence that they were going to have the answers to the questions that they had. And they did. So that was a huge boost to the validation scientifically behind these products. I began to kind of do a study. I became a student of this science. And I realized that we have been taught that if you have a disease state, you're looking for a particular drug. This doesn't work that way. This is enabling your body to respond to the insults, whether it's heart, skin, kidney, joints, lung, brain, immune system. All of that receives benefit by activating your body to do what it was designed to do. So just to be clear, there are 2 domains governed by the FDA. One is food, one are drugs. We don't do the drug part. Those are all synthetic. Every single one of them will kill you in some dosage, right? That's why they do 5 levels of pharmaceutical testing. We fall into the food category. That's why our domain is called nutrigenomics. The scientific community doing the drugs, that's called pharmacogenomics. So never the twain shall meet, but I will tell you this, the institutions and the universities that are doing pharmacogenomics are very proud of the cutting edge research that they're doing. In fact, there's a billboard not far from where we live, that was up by KU Med, touting the fact that they were spending billions of dollars in this domain of pharmacogenomics. This is some of our third-party validation. ABC, NBC, PBS, Wall Street Journal, Forbes Magazine, Today Show. We're publicly traded on the NASDAQ. Even with all that validation, I find this hilarious. The number one reason that many of the people still taking our formula, Protandim, is because this happened.
So when did you get to this? Seriously, I mean, look at you. Well, we've known each other a long time. We've passed, but you don't ever get older.
Well, thank you. It's quite funny because, you know, people are kind of shocked when they hear that I'm 54 years old and they say, how do you keep your youth? I have found something, Dr. Phil, that I think is the closest thing to the fountain of youth.
Oh, you do have a secret.
I have a secret and I've never really talked about it. I've been doing this for the last 2 years. It's called Protandim and it works. And I'm telling everybody about this.
You feel differently.
I do.
Because you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're hitting the times, you're getting where you're supposed
I
to be.
have
You're
to
doing
be
what
on the spot all the time.
So, interestingly, the number one search term on the Google search engine the day that Donny Osmond appeared on Dr. Phil was Protandim. So we are a secret, but we're not going to be a secret long. We have two other Protandim products. We call these the Tri-Synergizer. We did not expect the massive amount of synergy that these three products together would produce. You can see that individually, a gene like an enzyme like HMOX1 hemoxygenase is significantly upregulated by our NRF2 Protandim. When you take our three synergizers together, that same expression is upregulated 838%. Just if you're a geek, if you're a nerd like I am and you like the science, just write that down, HMOX1, go to PubMed and see how significant an upregulation in HMOX1 can be for the human body. And that's just one of the hundreds of survival genes. This is another cool story. We heard that we were coming out with a new liquid collagen formula. Well, those of us that know anything about collagen were not impressed. I did not want a collagen product. We've never represented Me Too products. I didn't want to start. I didn't want to have to compete with Costco and Walmart because they have lots of collagen, right? Well, that's where I was wrong. We've introduced a new formula that actually activates the human body's ability to make collagen, not just ingest collagen. Because if you ingest collagen, guess what happens? You metabolize it, just like a hamburger. You might as well just eat a cheeseburger because that's what becomes the amino acids that your body uses to make collagen. So what if we could activate the body's ability to make collagen where it's needed? That has been a game changer. So this is our true science end product. We have a clinical studies validating that. You can see the collagen density over time in those micro slides. That's not the right word. Sorry, I'm trying to go fast here. The bottom line, we don't take our collagen, we make our collagen, and it's incredibly important across the whole human body for eye health, liver function, sleep quality, gut health, on and on and on and on. This is what it's doing on the outside. You can imagine what it's doing on the inside. These are before and afters of people we know and love. There's no editing, there's no filters here. That's Seth Mulder and our friend Becky Taylor. I mean, these are just normal people and they're having massive results. So what we began to see is we've got a system now. Yes, we have a formula for skin and hair and nails, but holistically, synergistically, these products are designed to work together as a system to allow your body to do what it was designed to do. Will there be physiological, aesthetical benefits? Absolutely, there will. But the point is, we're trying to get the body to do what it was designed to do for the length of the time the Lord's given us our bodies, right? This is the clinical study that showed there was a powerful synergy between our Protandim product and liquid collagen. So, man, word's out and it's changing lives. This is the product line. So I like to explain it this way. LifeVantage has developed a singular technology that is designed to activate the human body to do what it was designed to do optimally. And we've leveraged that technology across the whole spectrum of human application, whether it's hair and skin and nails and gut, cardiovascular, the whole gamut. We've actually got a puppy product, dog product as well, called Pet Tandem that works really, really well because dogs are mammals, right? So this is your Healthy Glow Stack. For retail, it's $219. For the consultant, it's $175. if you decide to buy that retail, there are ways to reduce that cost on subscription. You get a 10% discount. You also are entered into a loyalty program that you can attain points to get discounts on those products. I don't know about you. There's a lot of people that are only interested in the products. I get that. However, in 2024, when people are looking for side hustles, people are, buying Toyota Priuses and driving for Uber and Lyft. People are fixing up their basements and renting them out on Airbnb. In this landscape of side hustles, I would argue that there is no better way at very minimal initial investment to start a generational wealth engine for generations like LifeVantage. Not only is it going to be a powerful tool for creating wealth, you're also offering people transformation on a whole level, on a whole multiplicity of levels. We have a proven system. We can send you a shopping cart tonight to help expedite that ordering process. This is a screenshot I took not long ago. LifeVantage neatly tucked in beside Amazon and Netflix. If you've been paying any attention to our publicly traded stock on the NASDAQ, big things are happening, especially because of the GLP-1 launch. We are still ahead of the growth curve. If you're a study of macroeconomics, or you've ever heard the name Peter Drucker, you know this theory that if you're going to go into business, you want to be ahead of a growth curve. We are that. And our profession usually takes about 150,000 distributors per country, and we're opening about 14 per country before momentum begins to happen, before LifeVantage becomes a household name and is highly recognized. That hasn't happened yet, but I predict with the advent of the GLP-1 activator mind body, that's about to happen. So you positioned yourself right ahead of a massive global growth curve. We've got many different ways to get paid. If you're interested in joining us to do this as a business, it grows from just sharing the information to building and growing a team to actually leading a team. And we've been privileged to attract some of the most incredible people in the world to our team. Some of them are on this call. We will take these relationships into eternity with us. They're people that are like-minded, who get out of bed every day to help people. And the cool thing is, LifeVantage compensates us to give this information to the people that want it, the people that want to deploy or employ it and change their lives. And they pay us handsomely on that. About 50% of the revenue on these products go to the distributors. So if you've ever read Robert Kiyosaki and you understand the cash flow quadrant, most people are trained and happy with an employee-based existence, a 40, 50-year plan that they're going to work 40, 50 hours a week for 40, 50 years to discover some sad day that they can't live on 40 to 50% of what they were making when they were working. The best that mindset usually tries to achieve is becoming a self-employed business owner. Well, you know that the average cost of starting a business in the United States is about $80,000 for a startup. Compare that to the most you could spend in LifeVantage as a new consultant is about $1,000. $80K or $1,000. Also, you should know that the average amount of monthly overhead for that business owner, and that's S quadrant, it's about 52% of their revenue. Meaning, if I make $1 million a year, I'm spending $520,000 on overhead with all the different things that I have to worry about as a small business owner. In LifeVantage, you only have to worry about getting yourself trained into our events, which is discretionary. I highly recommend it if you're going to do it as a business. And the products that you actually put in your body, which for us is about $1,000 a month because we have a family of 5 and a dog. And we buy everything we can, right? So you don't have to do that. I think our GLP-1 system is what now? For
consultants pay $160.
about $160. Yeah. So you just need to keep a website open. But if you're not going to talk about this stuff, you're not going to help people find this stuff, then I would just buy the products and be a customer, right? This is a great verse for people that have a hard time with the idea of making money. I'd like to throw this in. This is in Deuteronomy, and it was pivotal in our approach to reconciling creating wealth and doing ministry at the same time. It says, remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the power to create wealth so that he may confirm his covenant that he swore to your ancestors, as he is doing today. Money's a lot like oxygen. It's not a big deal till you don't have it. It is our fuel to do the things that God's called us to do. And you got to figure out, you got to have it if you want to go. Goodness sakes, don't drink it. That stuff will kill you, right? So I'm not talking about the love of money, talking about using money as a tool and offering people alternatives to the coin operated existence that many of us have known, answering a bell or punching a time clock, trading time for money. We are creating leverage. We're creating residual income from a 2 to 5. For us, it's been a 14-year journey. We would not trade a thing to create retirement assets that we can will or pass on to our children and our children's children. Again, the most you can spend on this stuff is about $1,000, 300 PV month overhead, and that requirement is offset with customers as well. Again, if you're not moving $300 worth of stuff in your business, you probably shouldn't be in business, right? And that for us, we consume a lot of that on our own. So this is the last chart. I want to make sure that we leave time for questions. We'll end the recording here shortly, but this is a chart that a friend of mine, Dan Mollering up in Boston, created. This compares that proverbial or hypothetical coin operated employee, no matter how good you are, no matter where that income is coming from, if it's sales or service. Let's say you're very good at what you do and you make 6 figures a year. Now, I don't know a lot of employees that are answering the bell or punching a time clock that make $100,000, but there's some trade people that do that. If you're able to do that and you find an investment opportunity that's going to return 6% annual percentage rate on your savings, and you're able to allocate 10% of your income, that 6-figure income, and you put it in that investment, this chart is based on that proposition. I don't know a lot of people that are doing that in 2024, but let's say it's possible, because what we have in our hands on, is so much more powerful than that model. It will take the average employee about 9.5 or 10 years to save $127,000 in the bank in that investment to get a monthly average income, residual income of $626. Can I tell you that is what our third rank in our company is making on a monthly average? The 10 point, and we did that in how long? 3 months, 90 days. So for us, we were comparing a proposition of 10 years doing me working in that orange apron, never making $100,000 a year, versus doing this in as a side hustle and just working it into those nooks and crannies of our lives. And within 90 days, we were not only in the black, but we were making as if we had $125,000 in the bank that we had saved over 10 years of working for people who don't like us and we don't like them. That was mind-blowing to me. I want to take this down 2 more levels. The average employee trading time for dollars in the old industrial age system would take 25 years to save $500,000 in an investment portfolio to generate a $3,000 a month residual passive income. Our 5th rank in the company, which used to be Pro 5, now I think it's MC3, MC2. We did that in 1 year. I rolled up my apron at Home Depot and clicked my heels and flashed the peace sign and left, because we were making that kind of monthly income, and we were making it residually through leverage. And we were working with people that we like to work with. We were changing lives. When we did this 1 additional year, on our 2nd year anniversary, we were making as if we had worked at a life-sucking job for 46.4 years and had $2.5 million in the bank and had found the magical 6% APR over that 46 years. Who does that? Nobody does that. But that's exactly what we realized we had done after 2 years of investing our time and energy in LifeVantage. I want to stop my share. Here's the appeal. Here's the call to action. Many of us are stoked about the GLP-1 activator. I've got to drop at least 40 pounds. And I'm down 4 this week. And so I'm over the moon at the results, the fact that this is all natural. We have a patent pending. So no matter what you see online, no matter who else is offering lotions and potions and formulations of GLP-1, know that we right now have a proprietary patent pending GLP-1 activator, not a supplement. So we're not substituting synthetic semaglutides of the popular drug names. We're not doing that. We just found a way to do it the right way. There are others of you that are nervous about $160 a month to do that, despite the fact that, the drugs are tens of thousands of dollars unless your insurance company is covering them. I would just appeal to you. If you know anybody that would see the benefits of what we have our hands on, help us share the message. That's why we get paid. This is the way we do it. You don't have to drive to Tulsa or Sacramento or Boston to do it. We're joining ourselves together from all over the country tonight. Zoom has changed the landscape of how this business is done. However, having said that, if you're in Tulsa or Sacramento or Boston and you want us to come and build a team with you, we'd love to do that as well. That's the way we did it. And I think that's the best part. So that's all I got. What do you got?
Yeah, I just think it's important for you guys to get back in touch with the person who invited you on the Zoom tonight to get any specific links that you may need. I don't mind taking a couple of minutes here though and seeing if anyone has any product questions. Please let the guests speak first though, consultants, if any of you guys are on here. And then Julie, you're more than welcome to stop the video. And I mean, not the video, the recording.